This is another true cocktail with spirit, sugar, water, and bitters. I'm Brian Johnson, and in this episode of Better Cocktails at Home, we're going to be doing a very classic cocktail, the Sazerac. You may have had it already, you may not have, but it's really a true cocktail in the sense of the word, and we're going to kind of walk through it right now and make it. So traditionally how this cocktail is made is a very old cocktail, 1800s. Make it with two rocks glasses. And so I use a mixing glass. It doesn't really matter as far as making the actual drink itself. So that's what I use. And to start with, our base spirit is rye whiskey. It used to be made when it was really first created. It was a cognac-based cocktail. But it moved over to rye whiskey is kind of now the more prevalent variety, but you could make it with cognac easily. I'm using Rittenhouse here, beautiful product. We'll do 2.5 ounces and add that. And add that to our mixing glass. And then, as it says, it's a true cocktail. Cocktail used to be something defined as spirit, sugar, water, and bitters. So this is simple syrup. So obviously I combined the water and the sugar to make simple syrup. So that's what we're doing here. You can play with it depending on how much sweetness you like in it. I generally will do about probably a third of an ounce maybe. I don't like it too sweet, but I think there's some flexibility there as how much you do like it. And then for the bitters, for this cocktail, we're going to use Peychaud, which is a really kind of a little bit herbal bitters, a little bit of cherry to it. Very nice though. I do 3 dashes. Again, if you like a little more of that flavor, you can do a little more, a little less, up to you. And before we stir this, I like to use a pretty small rocks glass for this cocktail just because I think it's just what I've always done. I think it fits. And you want to do an absinthe rinse here. So, really just basic. Just take, we're not talking a lot, just a little bit. Just enough to kind of get in the glass. And really what you're doing is, and what you want to do is just kind of coat the glass. So, get it in there, roll it around. Get it coated. Doesn't take a lot, but you want it, a fair amount. Now we're going to stir. Okay. And now stir. I would say a good 40 seconds to a minute. You really want to get this cold. And add some dilution because it is straight rye whiskey. All right, now I'm going to use my julep strainer. We're going to strain this into our absinthe coated glass. You could, if you wanted to, serve this over a little rock if you want to, but I just like the style of serving in kind of a small rocks glass. And then I do a nice lemon peel garnish. Just kind of get the oils in there. I want to get that oil, that nice lemon flavor. You could drop it in. I like to set it on the rim of the glass and let somebody choose if they want it in their glass or not. I will say the most important thing about making a Sazerac, in my experience, is getting it really cold. So that means putting your glasses in your freezer before you start even making the drink, because that's really going to chill the glass down and you just get ice cold. So stick it in there for a good 10 minutes at least. Then stir nice and long, get it really cold. And that's just, I don't know. I found that just really kind of makes a nice cocktail. And so, yeah. It's a, it's a classic. You A lot of people have had them. They're pretty common these days, which is a good thing because they're really delicious. But obviously you get a lot of the rye whiskey. I mean, it's a very rye whiskey spirit forward drink. But again, absinthe, because it's so strong, even though you have a dash in there and it's just coated in the glass, you get the aromatics of the absinthe, that kind of herbal quality to it. You get a touch of sweetness depending on how much simple syrup you add. And again, the Peychaud's bitters has a nice flavoring agent to it though. But it's one of those things where it's a true cocktail when you're looking at spirit, sugar, water, bitters. And it's from long ago, but you can make one today that's just delicious and tasty, and everything that you want in a cocktail. But that's how you make the Sazerac.